So, I'll start. So my name's SEVERANCE. I did my museum on the Museum of Evolution and Technology. As I started the project, it was presented to us with the idea that it was supposed to be drag. This idea of drag being kind of a subversive idea. So I tried to think of the most subversive thing I could think of. The most subversive thing I could think of was evolution, because every time you mention evolution, depending on what room you're in, you get this kind of like argument started, almost depending on who it is. But from there, I kind of got stuck. So what I decided to do was to go out to other people, non-architects, other people in the school that I know, some of my friends, and just random people. And so the idea I got from them was that they liked this building, and they liked the fact of these vertical silos, and it actually looked interesting, And so what I decided to do was instead, I kind of wanted to do this idea of evolution, just kind of going from this idea of very kind of simple structure kind of going on, and then as you go along it becomes more complex, more interesting almost. So what I did is I developed this idea of evolution, and from there I kind of broadened it into the evolution of technology in 3 different forms, for machines, science, and digital technology. Machines such as starting with starting with the ancient Chinese, Greeks, Romans, and kind of going up to what it is now. For science, it's kind of, again, the starts of it, the progression, and along with, same with digital media. So I kind of wanted to take this idea, and it shows you this kind of progression of starting from old to what it is now to kind of new aspirations. You have the Ford Model T, Ford Mustang, and then you have this solar-powered car, which is kind of like the next step in this evolution of vehicles. For science, we have like microscopes that can allow us to see things, centrifuge, which allows us to now break apart these things that we can now see into its actual little pieces so we can see more specifically. And then from there we have Dolly, which is the sheep that was cloned, and kind of, the microscope allows us to see what it is. The centrifuge allows us to separate it, and then from there we can clone it. So it's just kind of this linear progression. Along with when I was talking to people, one of the things they said was they liked this. They liked the building, but it just seemed very enclosed because the only pictures you can ever get of it are within these walls. So I wanted to keep, as I was doing my research, what I found was that most of the people in the area is kind of split, because most of the people in the area want to keep the building the way it is and just like historically preserve it, because it was built in the 1920s. It's kind of been like a landmark for the city for a very long time. And then like the other half, they want to like tear it down and actually make something useful out of it, or at least make something useful in that area, because it's just like they think it's a waste of space. So when I started thinking of like this idea of evolution and everything, I kind of wanted to still keep with the idea of evolution, but I still wanted to keep the building itself the same. So what I decided to do was basically to take out the current concrete site and take out the wall that surrounds it and basically open it up to the public. Make it all grass, because up here is all like parks and things. And so I wanted to continue that, and I also wanted to continue that in the building itself. And so continuing the park within the building, sort of inviting the people into the building. So, as you would approach the building, this is kind of what you would see. I haven't made many changes. I took the 2 things off the top, but otherwise it's basically the same building that we've seen before. It's the same building that you guys have seen in previous presentations.